Hey guys, Josh here again, and today we are going to be making a slingshot band tying jig. Now this is going to be a really simple tutorial. It's a very simple process, but it should work very well and it should help me out making band sets, which I absolutely hate to do now because I don't have this jig. So I hope you guys enjoy. These are the materials you are going to need. A 1/4 inch rod of metal or wood will work as well. Some type of piece of wood for the base. I'm using this scrap piece of 2x4. You're going to need 4 small zip ties. You're going to need 2 spring clamps that will be strong enough to hold the bands. I'm using this size and it seems to work perfect. You're going to need a ruler, a 1/4 inch drill bit, and some type of drilling apparatus. I'm using a drill press. And you're going to need a hacksaw to cut out the metal rod. So let's get started. Okay guys, so the first thing we are going to do is take off the rubber handle on one side of each of these clamps. Shouldn't be too hard to do if you have a similar brand to the one I have bought. They're usually just slip-ons. And that's why we're doing this, is because we're going to drill a 1/4 inch hole in both of these, and they're then going to sit on the metal rod like this. So now that that's done, we're going to go drill out those holes now. Okay guys, now that we got the rubber piece off of our clamps, we're going to put one of them in the vise, and we're going to put a 1/4 inch hole right on this line. Now you probably won't have the same reference point if you buy a different brand, but 3/4 of an inch from the end will work well if you don't. So here we go. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect, but try to center it as best as you can. Okay, now we just got to do it to the other one. Okay, here we go. We got both of our clamps drilled. Now we'll move on to the next step. Okay guys, next step is we're going to cut out 2 sections of rod, both at 5 inches. Okay, now for the next one. Okay, we got both rods cut out. Now on to the next step. Okay guys, so now we're going to lay out how this is going to look. So we're going to have 2 holes in the board about here, and you can make more holes so you can adjust it like this. So we'll probably do 3 holes in both sides, so we'll have 3 adjustments. So those are going to go there, and then the clamps are going to slip right over top of these. And you might have to clean up the hole a bit because it's kind of tight. But the clamps are going to slip right on top of these, just like that. And then the clamps are going to hold the bands while we tie them. So now we need to drill the holes in the board, but we got to find out how long we need it to be first. Okay, so that's going to be right at about almost 11 inches. So that's where our middle hole is going to go. Now I'm going to mark out where we should cut the board. So we're going to cut off the scrap about 1 inch from where the holes are going to be. As you probably already know, I'm not going for beauty here, just functionality, so you don't have to make these cuts too clean or overly clean. Just make sure they're straight, and we'll round the edges off a bit afterwards, but other than that, nothing fancy. We'll round it off a bit with the file and do the other side. There we go. Now we just gotta drill it. Okay guys, I went ahead and marked the holes that we were going to drill with an owl, and I just kind of eyeballed them, so hopefully they turn out alright. But it doesn't really matter. If not, I can just settle for 1 or 2 holes on each. So let's drill them out. Oh, and set your drill press to not drill all the way through. So about there is perfect, because we don't want the pins coming through the bottom. So, drilling's done. Now we'll move on to our final step. Okay, we are now going to assemble everything. So, the first step is we're going to pound the 2 rods into our first hole. Till they hit bottom. Then we're going to wrap one of these zip ties around here like that. That'll keep the clamps from sliding all the way down. So tighten that up nice and tight and snip the ends. Now we'll do the same for this side. Okay, now we can put our clamps on. So just slide those on over the pegs. And there you go, you have a finished band tying jig. Now you can put the remaining 2 zip ties on top if you want to keep them in place, but I'm going to leave them off so I can take the clamps off whenever I want. If I wanted to use them around the shop or something, I don't know. I just feel better that way. So now to give you a demonstration, show you it's the right length, and this might be a little short, in which case you can move it to the outer pegs. Voila! That gives you just enough room to do your tying. Well, there we go guys. I really hope you enjoyed my tutorial on this banding jig, and I hope you guys will try it for yourself. It's a very fun project and very simple to do and fairly cheap as well, so there's no reason not to try it. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a comment or a like and share this video. Really appreciate all of you guys' help, and I wouldn't be where I am without you. Also, make sure to subscribe. I'll have the link somewhere on the screen, usually above my head, and I have a ton of great videos coming soon, so make sure to do that guys to get the latest updates on all things for this channel. Again, make sure to leave me a comment. I read every single one. Love to hear from you. And it's a great way to connect with me personally. So please do that for me guys. Also, please check out the other links in the video and in the description below. And I think that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Bye.